This video is brought to you by Bitbox NES game cases. There is no better way to protect, store, and show off your NES game collection. Only available at stoneagegamer.com/bitbox. Skip it up and that up. So are you a Canadian gamer and want to buy a PlayStation 4? Well, as of March 15th, you're going to have to pay more money because now the PlayStation 4 is 450 Canadian dollars, or to be exact, $449.99. The camera and DualShock 4 controllers also got a price hike from $59.99 to $64.99. And Sony is saying this is because of changes in the market environment. The Canadian dollar doesn't have the same buying power as the US dollar, so on and so forth, yada, yada, yada. And there is some truth to that because right now, one Canadian dollar is only worth 90 cents here in the States. So what Sony's trying to do is recoup their losses because when you spend 400 Canadian dollars, it's not really worth 400 US dollars, so they're losing even more money on the PlayStation 4 when people were buying it up in Canada until they did this price hike. So at first, when I first heard this story a couple days back, and I'm glad I sat on it because something clicked in my brain, I'm thinking, all right, they're looking to make up money. The Canadian dollar isn't strong right now, so they're losing more money on the console than they want to as compared to other countries. I get it. But then I started thinking to myself, what happens if Sony was in the same place as Nintendo is with the Wii U? Do you think that they'd be raising the price of the PlayStation 4 in Canada? Or if they were even in Microsoft's shoes with the Xbox One, which isn't selling as bad as the Wii U, but Microsoft's including games, they have the Titanfall bundle. Do you think that if they were in Microsoft's shoes, do you think that they'd be raising the price of the PS4? Besides whatever the market is doing up there, they're doing it because they can, because right now the PlayStation 4 is selling well, and people will friggin' give up their firstborn to get a PlayStation 4, so they're taking advantage of the demand. And you know what, Sony? I gotta say, I think you're wrong for that. Look, I know gaming is cheaper now than it's ever been. I did a video a while back on how much gaming used to cost and how expensive games were, but it's still an expensive hobby, man. $400 is $400. Hell, there's some places in the United States where $400 could be 1 month of rent. I wish I was only paying that, but hey, it could be. And for you to raise that extra $50 up in Canada, Sony, or ask for $50 more, for the PlayStation 4, that could have been a game to somebody. That could have been an accessory, a controller, whatever, or a year of PlayStation Plus. And now they don't have that luxury anymore. That was one of the things what was appealing about your console is that it's a powerful piece of gaming hardware that's affordable. Now, look, I get it. The dollar isn't strong up in Canada. The Canadian dollar, isn't strong up there. But I know damn well if you were in a different position with the PlayStation 4, you would not be doing this hike. All right, the PlayStation 4 is hot right now, it's popular, and you can get away with it. You're like, oh, well, it's the market's fault, it's not our fault, even though if the PlayStation 4 was stuck in wind, it wasn't selling as well, we would actually be cutting the price and not raising it. But since it's popular, we're going to take advantage of the consumer and make them put out more money for it. It's exactly what you're doing, and it's bullshit, man. And for everyone who's going to try to defend them and say, hey, the rest of Sony's other divisions aren't doing that well, that's why they need to do this, give me a break, save it. I don't want to hear it because I'm telling you right now, if the PS4, even with Sony's other financial woes, if the PS4 wasn't selling as well as it is right now, they would either keep the price the same up in Canada, or they would even drop it, or they would have some kind of bundle to entice people. So instead of doing that, they're taking advantage of the consumer because they know their product is popular, and it's dead fucking wrong. I'm sorry. Alright folks, make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and as always, thank you for supporting Review Tech USA. Have a good one.